And welcome back to the channel where we're going to be doing some inking today, kind of picking up where we left off from last time, where we worked on the Predacons here. Yeah, they're pretty much ready to go in terms of inks now. At least just for RAZORCLAW today. Not going to do too much today. Just not really sick, not feeling well. It's just kind of I don't know. Just in a really tired, sort of exhausted sort of mood right now. But I still want to go live today because I love doing this. So we're just gonna do a very simple pen and ink stream. Actually, I do want to kind of go back in and tidy up the line work, specifically on the mane and the lion face. I want to kind of define those details a bit more, as well as the legs here, thighs, and all that. Like I will kind of just go with a pencil, kind of tidy up some of these details, make it easier for me to kind of go back in and do some inks. But yeah, got RAZORCLAW here, but before we get into the drawing, actually, I just want to kind of show this off real quick. Getting ready. I probably should have gotten ready sooner, but whatever. But the Dinobot stickers came in, so I'll just grab one of each. We got Snarl. We've got Grimlock. We got Slag. I think I'm supposed to keep these guys out here with me for the stream as we go. We got Sludge. And last but not least, we've got Swoop. So all 5 Dinobot stickers have arrived. They were here a couple days ago. I did a live unboxing stream. So, but yeah, that's how they turned out. Now, Grimlock actually turned out a lot smaller than I would have liked him to be. So, yeah. But there he is. He's a very shiny. The stickers, anyways, the holographs, it's very like crazy how shiny they are. Actually, it's like holy shit. But yeah, there's the guys, and they're a little bit less, I guess, vibrant than I would have liked them to be. But I guess it's kind of just the way what I think it is I think it's the gray on the Dinobots. It's kind of what's because it's like I think that's what's kind of making the colors less, like, pop out a little bit less. So I think that when we sell out of these, if we do, we'll do like a die cut version instead of the holographs. But same time, they look pretty cool. So, but yeah. So one thing for sure is I need to make Grimlock a lot bigger next time I send him out, because now he's looking a little bit like a short king instead of a the leader, because we've got the big boys, Snarl and Sludge now. But I don't mind it too much. Actually, it looks kind of cool. It still looks good. See them all together. So, but yeah, just want to show that off real quick. Hey, Jaluk, good to see you, man. Just showing off some stickers here that I just made that I'll be selling on my Etsy shop pretty soon. Actually, we did these. We colored these on the channel a few times, and yeah, so I'm just waiting. Actually, so I'm going to be selling on my Etsy shop. Just waiting for a few things, because I'm waiting for my new credit card to come in, because I had to get a new one. So that's why I haven't posted them up just yet, because I need to get a new credit card, because you can't really open up a shop on Etsy unless you have one. So, and mine's been kind of out of commission for a little bit, so I've been poking around. Not because I don't really use a credit card anyways that much, anyways. But that's a little thing I could want to show off. So, and we'll be doing the same thing we did with them. We'll be doing the Predacons next. So, because it's all kind of meant to be going for. It's kind of meant to be. It's kind of advertising almost in a way. of the fan comic I'm kind of working on, which need to get back into. Just been really busy with work lately, but so I've been working on a Transformers fan webcomics behind the scenes, and so Dinobots and Partycons are gonna be a big part of it. So, but okay, just trying to see. Okay, so we'll leave the chest bit for later because I want to redraw some parts of that. Just make it a little bit easier for me once I go back in with inks. But we can do the stuff like the face and the hands and stuff like that right now. So obviously this is RAZORCLAW. He turns into the big lion of the team. And he's going to be my main villain for the book. So, and it will be like a free sort of web comic. It's not going to be anything because I can't publish a Transformers comic book without getting sued up the ass. So it's just kind of meant for me to kind of get my foot in the door, so to speak, you know. Because sequential art is something I really need to start practicing more of. So, and so what better way to practice than with Dinobots, Transformers, and stuff. Yeah, but RAZORCLAW is kind of interesting sort of design actually, because it kind of looks like a mix of Soundwave and like Grimlock almost, like kind of has the same sort of vibe to him. Now, normally I would use like a ruler or my French curve tool for these kinds of lines here, but for these pieces in particular, I kind of like to do just kind of by hand, or just eyeball it really, because I think it kind of adds to the more sort of cutesy sort of vibe I'm trying to go for with the chibi style, which I don't really do a whole lot of, but that's kind of the way I try to approach it, anyways. And we'll start here. So we're not going to do any like big sort of inks today. Because I'm going to be coloring this later on anyways. It's going to just be a very, very short stream today. But yeah, so like the idea behind the comic book is kind of meant to be, it's kind of meant to be feel like kind of a lost episode almost of the original cartoon. Like it's meant to kind of take place in between the '86 movie and in season 2 of the original cartoon. It's kind of meant to be a very, very humbling story for the Dinobots and all that. And it's going to like take place in like in a real sort of environment, the Darien Gap in the real world, which is kind of like this very, very rugged place to actually live in. There's not a whole lot of government there. I'm not too sure how much it's changed or it's about right now, but obviously because the cartoon takes place in the 80s, that's the time period I'm kind of working in when it comes to exploring what Darien Gap is like at that time. And the reason why I chose that is because it provided a really unique sort of location for the Predacons, because the whole idea is that they've been kind of hiding out in this like very rugged, lawless sort of a place for a long time now. Just kind of buying the time because they've kind of been exiled by Megatron Decepticons, and they eventually they made their way to Earth. I think I had it towards like in the 60s or 70s when they actually arrived. There's a bit more of a story behind how they got to Earth and all that, but I'm still kind of working out a lot of the details of the storyline. But that's kind of the general idea, is that they've kind of been excommunicated by Megatron because they were trying to take over at one point, because they're like these very, very powerful sort of warrior Decepticons. And Megatron's like, I don't want to deal with this shit, so sends them off. And so the whole storyline is about them kind of taking over the gap, or rather, they've been there for a long time, so they're kind of like in control of the gap, the area. People around them, the villagers and all that, they kind of worship them. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun story. You got to look at the shoulder for a minute. It has RAZORCLAW has a very, very specific sort of look. The shoulders there, so yeah. Not to worry about for this one because it's covered up anyways. But I'll definitely do it for this side. Just kind of being careful not to mess around with the main too much. I kind of want to redraw it and make it more G1 accurate, but I kind of half-assed this one when I did the transfer. So we'll do that right now. Or yeah, we'll do that right now. Get this situated better, and we can kind of do the rest afterwards. So how about getting that head down? So obviously he turns into the lion of the Predacons. So just trying to get the shape of the muzzle down. So like the eyes go here. Let's go. Yeah, it's right there. Put the not really eyebrows, but kind of like that sort of a eyebrow shape almost on his eyes. And the teeth there. Okay, just enough for the face, at least on the lion. Should be it for the face there. The line. I want to touch it up a little bit later on. But just want to get the mane sort of drawn out a bit better. So it's a little kind of awkward here. So I think we'll just start with just like drawing one side and then kind of mirror it on the other side as much as we can. That'll be kind of our goal here. Kind of see the two ones that matter the most right here. Two lines. Just make sure my lines are kind of adding up as much as possible. Yeah, I always love the Predacons too. Like for the longest time, the Staedtler were my favorite as a team in terms of their personality and all that. But more recent years, my favorite combined form is definitely going to be Predacon. Just the coolest one. It's like most powerful one. It just doesn't really get to do a whole lot in media now. They don't really do a whole lot of the Predacons as much. But yeah, they were really cool. I think they had a lot of cool storylines in the comics too. But you know what? These things should be lower just a little bit. That's why I'm having problems. So I think it's supposed to be like right. Yeah, it's supposed to start right here. That's why we're having problems. There we go. It's supposed to be right at the edge of the cusp here, if you will. Yeah, I'm still waiting for one of these third-party companies to come out with a really good Predacon. But the problem with that is like most companies are doing season 3 and 4, right? Or season 1 and 2 mostly. So it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Those are the characters that sell the most. So yeah. But I would like to see some more season 3 characters get some love from these companies. But only time will tell. But at the same time, now that they are focusing more on season 1 and 2, at least gives me time to kind of catch up because I kind of got into the collecting game a little bit later. I think in 2019, so I really started taking it more seriously. Not seriously, but well, I guess kind of seriously, taking collecting. The symbol goes there somewhere. This side here, real quick. To the other side. Do that. You know what? We'll start off by getting the tops and then the bottom worked out, and then we can do the rest afterwards. That'll make it all come together a bit better here. A little beard going. There we go. That's just the 4. Yeah, looks fine. To the other side now. Okay. That should be good enough. It's a chibi style, so it doesn't have to be perfect necessarily. But I do want to kind of like harken back to the original cartoon as much as possible. So that's how I roll. Just gonna make it make sense. And then yeah. Okay. That's good enough. Now I'm gonna go back in and kind of tidy up the shoulders here, and that'll go in. I'm gonna draw a full symbol here, just gonna get a rough shape in there. His pelvis fixed up. Going for more simple shapes. I was going for more of a chibi style, and so it doesn't all have to be overly complicated, overly detailed. So I think that with Transform specifically, I think that less details the better when it comes to this kind of art. You know, so if I was to do like a Michael Bay design Transformer, the style would be I don't know how I would draw that one, but or if I'd want to. Yeah, I'm not a fan of drawing in the Michael Bay style at all. Just too complicated. It's like I always stick to G1 when it comes to Transformers. So. Though I would be interested in drawing like something like Transformers Prime or animated maybe. They always had a more unique sort of style that I enjoyed. I'll do that. Fun anymore. But I am actually kind of curious to see what we will be seeing from TFCon this month. I think it's this weekend. Hoping for a lot of cool reveals this year. You know, people like Fanspace have been kind of they've been showing up with a lot of cool things lately. And they're just doing kind of characters we've already seen before, you know. So it would be interesting to see them do some new stuff. Because they're doing, well, right now we know that they're doing a Prime, they're doing Ironhide and Ratchet. they got then to finish off their Staedtler set, and then they also have the Blitzwing, and then Michael Bay, Michael Gay. Let's see, and they also have the Blitzwing, and then they have their Constructicon set coming out. So that's what Vans Toys has right now. Oh, and their new Galvatron, come out, new version of the Galvatron figure, which I am not going to be getting because I already have their first version, and even though it is definitely a much better looking version of the same figure, it's not that significantly better to warrant swapping. I'm not really in the market for swapping, anyways. I'm like, I'd much rather just get new, like, because my goal with collecting is to get one of each character. Like, it's kind of meant to be just kind of meant to sort of round out the cast more so than just buy every single Prime or Megatron that they have, So I'd much rather just have one good Prime, one good Megatron, alongside the rest of the cast, than just have a bunch of versions of the same character, Although there are some that look really cool, like the Yellow Park stuff looks really nice. Like if I was to dabble a bit more, it would definitely be Yellow Park, but just don't have the space for it. But if I did, I might actually go in on it. But we'll see. But speaking of Combaticons, they Magic Square ones are supposed to be coming out too. I'm hoping to see if Magic Square has a presence at TFCon. Show off their set, because they have they just released their Brawl and Swindle already last year, so really hoping to see their Onslaught and maybe the other two get a reveal. That's so awesome though in the War for Cybertron games. We had to play as the Combaticons and Bruticus. That one. Well, actually, there's two parts where you can actually play as Bruticus. That was all awesome. Like, those games are just like so fucking good. I really hope we get a sequel at some point, but I don't know. There are rumors that they are going to be doing a remaster of the original two games, and as well as some other ones like the Devastation game, a few others. But only time will tell at this point. First time I'm okay with it, but the rest I can't stand. Yeah. Just grab a drink real quick. I'm not really liking this bit here. I'll change that later on. But yeah, actually for me, the one that's the most bearable for me is probably the third one. That's mostly just because it's the only one that actually tried to have a story that was actually about the Transformers, like themselves. And because the other ones, they're all about the humans plus the Transformers. It's kind of like the Transformers, kind of like the sidekicks of the humans. When I'm not opposed to having human characters in Transformers, so it's always been there. It's always been a part of the franchise. It's just they were used way too much in the movies. Like it's like doing a Spider-Man movie, right, and then making Mary Jane the central character. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the whole thing. Like now, Mary Jane should always be there, but she shouldn't be like the main focal point of the story. She'll always be about Peter Parker and all that. That's kind of the same way I feel about Transformers and like human characters. So they should always be there. If you are doing, at least if you're doing a story on Earth, obviously you can do other storylines with Transformers like on different planets, not just Earth and Cybertron. Because there's a lot of different planets in Transformers lore. You have like the planet of Junk, You've got Char. You got all the different colony worlds like Velocitron, Caminus, where Windblade comes from. You know, that there's a lot you can actually really explore with Transformers than just Earth and Cybertron. You know, but yeah. As well, I was kind of hoping to see more of that as well in the movie that came out, Transformers One. I was kind of hoping to see a little bit more of that stuff because one of his main problems, even though I do enjoy that film for what it was, I do kind of feel like they could have done a bit more. Like the world kind of, and one of the main problems I had with it was that the world felt small because the only places you really see in that or even have mentions of is Icon, and it's like there's multiple cities and multiple different locations in Cybertron than just that one city. Now, obviously, there probably will be more to be explored, but the problem is that we never even have any name drops of any of those other places on Cybertron. You know, it just kind of makes the world kind of feel smaller, at least to me, anyways. Like no name drops of like Kaon or Tarn or Boss or any other places on Cybertron. It just kind of makes the world feel smaller, you know. And that was one of my biggest gripes of the film, honestly. I think I made that too lopsided here. Let's leave it. Not super significant. Starbound movie is what I want for a whole movie. Yeah. That was like probably the best scene in the whole Transformers movie franchise. Honestly, is that whole opening scene with the Autobots and all that on Cybertron. It's like just do a whole movie of that. Like just do a whole war Transformers movie. That's all we need. You know, just like yeah. That was really. Actually, I really enjoyed that movie. That's probably the only like live action one I can really stomach. You know. But I mean, back to what I was saying about Dark of the Moon, the third movie. The reason why I didn't hate that one as much as the other ones, I still hate it. Don't get me wrong; it's still stupid as shit. But when it came down to the storyline between Optimus Prime, like Sentinel Prime, even though the whole storyline just makes no sense, so like, yeah, I could do a whole rant on how all these movies don't make any sense. But it at least made an attempt to do a story about the actual Transformers, like the relationships between the Transformers and all that. You know, even if it doesn't make sense or it's just flat out stupid in a lot of cases. Yeah. I mean, the first one actually isn't a horrible movie. It's just not really. There's only so much I can take of listening to Shia LaBeouf, you know, in the first like hour of the movie. When is it? Only 40 minutes. Jesus, that was by fast. Let's see. I could throw some color onto this one. Doesn't have a whole lot going on for colors. There's like yellow, orange, red, black. So should be an easier one to kind of work out. But I might change up the curve of the antenna there or whatever. Little off, doesn't really match up with this one all that well. But I'll just do that when we just do the colors. I think. Okay. So let's follow this line. I'll just kind of white out that part there. But I'm trying not to do too heavy of inks right now because I want to get the colors on and then come back in with more defined lines, my inks. So I'm trying to do a bit more of lately. So just make sure I got all the pencils erased. You know what? The light's kind of wonky here. Fix that too. It's supposed to be part of that. Yeah, put that up. No. Okay. If I slim down the leg here, I might be able to make that work a bit more. I'm trying to think here. So I don't want to redraw this whole thing. Shit. Let's do that. I was really thinking. Luckily, his legs are black, so I can just like shadow out a bunch of stuff here. So yeah, it's supposed to connect a bit more. Yeah, okay. Okay. See that. Let's black that out. Shouldn't be a big issue though. So good. Hey, Grumpy. Good to see you, man. Just working on some RAZORCLAW today because, yeah, why not? Didn't have much planned today. Just gonna tidy that up. But since we're doing, actually got a lot done already with the inks here. We'll do some colors in a minute. Probably won't do any touch-ups today because I'm using the Copics and that'll probably be it. So I think that's should be it for inks right now. Can't got my teeth through the first one, but the other is I can grit my teeth through the first one, but the other has just made the thing I hate worse. Mine, I hate them all so much. This is the worst of them all. Yeah. Sticker proper. Yeah. Oh, by the way, and speaking of stickers, don't know if you saw the stream a couple days ago, Grumpy, but we got Dinobot got stickers now. So there's all 5 of them. Grimlock's a little bit smaller than I would have liked them to be. I didn't really. I probably should have looked that over a second time, but we can always change that in a second printing of them. But yeah, here they are. Grimlock here. So get that focus. Focus. Yeah. Very nice and shiny. There's Snarl. There's Swoop. Well, he's kind of getting eaten up a little bit by the holograph sticker on him. But yeah. I think it's because I went with grays. I think it's because of the grays on their designs. It's kind of causing it. But I think next time we do a print, we'll probably just do like a regular die cut stickers. But yeah. I think they're pretty cool though. But not too late for it. But I saw I'm gonna catch your post on Twitter. It looks so good. Yeah. Thanks, dude. Yeah. So I will be getting these guys up on Etsy in a few, probably in a week or so. So I'm still waiting for my new credit card to come in, so I can get my Etsy shop activated and all that, and then we can get them out to you guys. So I will be selling them as bundles and as singles. Now, actually, one of the Grimlocks here, I'll show this off real quick. One of the Grimlocks I got came a little bit bent. Just a little bit of the corner there got kind of bent. So I'll probably be selling this one out for a discount. This one specifically. So, and I think I'm gonna be charging them about like $6 a pop, and then like $25 for the full set. So I don't think it's gonna be a big issue for most people. It's just a little bit of a bend, but I'm still gonna put it for a discount anyways because that's how we roll here. So. But yeah, those are my Dinobots, and we'll be doing the same thing for the Predacons. Although we'll probably do regular die cut stickers. Just kind of we'll do these guys as the best run for die cut stickers. I think. Just kind of see if I like those better, and then we'll do a second. Maybe we'll do a second printing of the Dinobots if they do sell well on Etsy. So yeah, we're gonna start off with 10 of each. So yeah, that's gonna be how we kind of roll with that. So yeah, Predacons will be next. I'll also be doing the Predaking as well. So I'll show that real quick. Don't think I showed the pencils for these yet, but we are also doing the Predaking as a sticker as well, because you gotta do Predaking, you know. You gotta do a Predaking. Hey Zero, how's it going, man? Good to see you. We're just doing some work on some more future stickers, and we're doing the Predacons today, or at least just RAZORCLAW right now. But yeah. And actually, the Predaking, actually, I'm gonna make that sticker a little bit bigger than the average bot sticker. So hey Maria, good to see you. And good. I was glad to catch one of these two. He's like, yeah. Good to see you, man. But yeah, without further ado, let's get some colors going. I think we'll start off with the yellows. Just gotta do some. I'll check my reference first. So start off with a kind of a lighter shade. You get separate sheet of paper just for color testing. Just make sure they all work. Just to make sure they're the right color. It's kind of more of a almost like a mustard yellow for a RAZORCLAW. what I did for this the video quality, nothing. It's like I guess it's just like I don't really mess around with the computer too much, like in terms of the streams. I just kind of because I can't come to the internet anyways, so that's what all kind of like boils down to, I think. That and my computer not being an asshole or being a toaster. But yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, good to see you. Got pretty decent turnout today. Start off with a Y19. That's a Napoli yellow. All right. And we'll start off by kind of mapping out the helmet. That should all be in shadow there. So as well, most of this stuff here on the sides. And sure that should all be yellowed out. What markers? I'm using Copics. Yeah. Because they're the only ones I have right now. Aside from like, I have a few touch markers. I just don't really use them that much. I probably should though. And I have Tombows. But I usually use these for like just kind of testing colors or when doing design work or something. Like I use them actually a lot. I use them actually for the RAZORCLAW I did a few weeks ago. That jungle piece actually. So all on Tombows. Just because I was just kind of experimenting a little bit. That one. Now the cartoon model says he has yellow eyes and yellow mask, but I'm kind of going for a little vibe here. I'm going for orange eyes, I think, with the red faceplate. Look, I'm trying to find a reference for that one, like this version of the character. So I think that looks a bit better, like because it helps the face kind of pop out of the helmet. Like I think it looks better, just like compositionally wise, as a design. So that's what we're going for today for a RAZORCLAW. Even though I know it's not 100% G1 accurate, but and that should all be yellowed out here. I think you'll stand out a lot better, with the more color on the face. So Bubics, or did I hear that wrong? Oh, Copics. Yeah, sorry. I'm tired. I've been working all week. Oh, and the okay. That's the only thing we're going to be changing on the design here. Everything else, I'll close on my tabs. There we go. My throat's dry. We'll do the lion head real quick. Got a little buddy going. it's just gonna be the. Just gonna finish off that line there. Just gonna be the shoulder, and then the forearm, or not the forearm, kind of like the elbow part of the transformer. There we go. And then yellow legs. Okay. And then yellow waist. So because this is chibi style, I did go for more simple shapes for the pelvis because there's a lot involved. And I think that when it comes to Transformers specifically, I think that if you do too much detail, you can kind of take away from the style you're trying to go for with it, which for this is meant to be more cutesy style, more, you know, more fun. So less detailed, the better, I think, for in a lot of ways. All right, later, Maria. Take care. Yeah, have a nice dinner. No, you're not super into them, but given you can do Transformers CDs as well. Oh, more. Oh, yeah, Gundam. Yeah, that'd be okay. I mean, I'm not really the biggest Gundam fan, but you know, I love drawing robots, so wouldn't be opposed to the idea of doing a chibi-styled Gundam. People want it. I actually got a few requests for Devastator and the Constructicons, which I could do because they are going to be part of the comic book that I'm still slowly working on. Just gotta find the time to really finish it off and all that. Okay. I almost want to do a yellow handle for the sword. Yeah, I think that might be a good option here. Or a gold almost. We'll do that. I'm going to do a red blade. Yeah. Ooh, markers, yeah. What kind of brand is Bubix? Yeah. Bubix. You know, I'd use those markers in a heartbeat if they weren't named that. I'm gonna come in with a lighter shade of YO2. Just kind of get the highlights down, as well as kind of blend in with the main yellow we just put down. Very good, like SD Gundam, good. Yeah, thanks, dude. Yeah, I don't really do chibi style with Transformers. Actually, this is my first time actually doing chibi style with Transformers, to be honest. So glad people are starting to like them. So. All right. Shit's guys dying on me. My refills. Haven't used this one yet, actually. Still in the wrapper. Just had to frickin' cut my nails the other day. Gosh, now I know why chicks have big ass nails. All right, onto the side. Strip them off, so to speak. And keep it as far away from the drawing as possible. That way we don't damage him. There we go. That should be enough. Hopefully, I didn't do too much. Okay, should be enough. For now. This is the first try and look at them. Might even try to, yeah, hopefully. So we'll be doing international shipping on these guys. So there we go. Much better. Let's kind of clean up these lines. These lions. Nerd. All right. Now after this, we'll do a slightly darker shade. Just gonna get the shadows in, make it a bit more cooler. Kind of what shadows do. You can look less like a yellow Power Ranger sort of thing. A lot of bright colors. But yeah, I have actually kind of thought about doing more than just Transformers with the chibi stuff. Maybe like Disney stuff would be cool. Because I know my nieces will love that. Because you can actually make glitter stickers. I think that might be good for like Disney stuff on Sticker Mule, which is where I got the Dinobot ones done. So. But yeah, this should be it for this color. Just gonna tidy up the waist here. We can move on now. Do a gold. Just for our darker areas here. Maybe a little bit of shadow there. She might pull up the honey in a minute. Oh, hold up. No, well, this is just the first try, and it's not odd, but in front of the video. Oh, actually, I gotta show this to you, actually, Grumpy, because there's a fan named Watcher Prime, whatever. He did this like little animation of Megatron versus Soundwave from the Transformers Prime universe, and yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little animation. It's a little short one, just a short little fight scene, but it's really cool. I gotta send it to you at some point. But it was kind of based on the novels, which the Prime cartoon kind of takes the inspiration from, where Megatron meets Soundwave, and for those who don't know, in the Prime verse, in the Transformers Prime universe, the way Megatron met Soundwave back before the war started was he met him during the Gladiator arenas of Chaos. That's where he kind of met him. And Megatron almost lost him in the fight, and so that's what earned Soundwave some respect from Megatron. And then he kind of brought him into his fold and all that, into his little clique, if you will. Yeah, it was a really cool little animation they made. All right. Yeah, so I can find it real quick. It should be in my YouTube feed, so it shouldn't be too hard to find for me. But yeah, it's a pretty cool little animation. Should be for the gold. We're through digging for gold. Yeah. Let's see. Where are you? There you are. All right, here's the video. Grumpy. Want to check that out? It's really cool. Actually, I might play on the stream in a minute. Hold on. No, I had problems with trying to show videos, but take it easy, Luke. Good to see you, man. But yeah, it's a really cool little animation. Much better than a different animation that it's become a bit more infamous rather than famous. So if you know, you know. Have you seen that, Grumpy? Have you seen the Prime animations, the Galvatron's Revenge thing? Kind of curious. That little fan film. That was kind of meant to be a sequel to Transformers Prime. Yeah, very finicky. Yeah. because a lot of fans are not were not happy with the Prime Animations little film they put out in November, I think, or it was in December. But basically, the whole thing behind it was that it took 10 years to kind of make, almost like a little more than 10 years to make, and it just came out very, very like polished. Like it really felt like the person making it just kind of just dropped it without finishing it off. Which I'm not going to be here to sit here and dog on like the animation, because obviously it is a fan work, but you know. So I try not to criticize too much, but yeah. That storytelling was really not that good in the film. Because like that's the one thing. It's like because if it's a fan film, I'll usually look over the animation if the story is good. But the problem is the story is not good here. Kind of undoes a lot of things that Transformers Prime did at the end with the Predacons Rising. Like it really just came off as a really bad fan fiction. Really, you know, it really just it feels like the guy who made it was just kind of mad how things ended with Transformers Prime, and so he just undid everything that kind of happened in the end in the finale, which was a great finale, like with Transformers Prime, like that. Like that was a very like beautiful ending for the series, you know. Like it didn't need to be undone, at least not in that way, you know. Like where he had it to. Now, obviously, it's not canon, so I'm not really all that upset over it. But it is one of those things where it's just like, yeah. But I can see why a lot of fans were very, very disappointed with it, because it was in the making for like 10 years, and it's like just kind of comes out very, very lukewarm, you know. I need to grab some gold for the crest here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to show it. Because it's a very, very long animation, but here, I'll just put it anyways. It's become very, very memed, I'll just say that, though, at the very least. Galvatron's Revenge. Just, I don't know, just feels like a very, like, for example, hold on, let me just grab the link for it. It's like, I don't know if you want to watch it, though, because it's an hour and 40 minutes, and if you really like the way the story played out at the very end of Transformers Prime, I don't think you'll like it. But if you just for like context of what I'm talking about, you'll kind of understand it a bit more if you watch that. But basically, what happens in it, though, if you don't want to watch it, is basically what happened was sometime in the past of Cybertron, or rather, right after the battle with the Primes and Unicron, basically. Unicron was in the process of making his own, I guess, a counter to the 13 Primes, and that's where Galvatron, Cyclonus, Scourge, and Slipstream came from in that story, which isn't really a bad approach to it. It's just the way it's done just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, if you really. But I'm just trying to tidy this up. And so they kind of reawaken for whatever reason. Like there's no real explanation for it. It's like, oh, we wake up now because we want to. Yeah, and then it's just like they're on just like kind of like this desolate planet for no reason. And they come back, oh, we're trying to destroy Unicron now. And it's just or save Unicron, bring it back and all that. That's kind of the whole plot of it. But my main problem with this sort of storyline, anyways, is that they're doing Unicron so early. Like like if I was to imagine like Transformers Prime continuing, right? If I was to imagine like what season 4 would be like, I highly doubt that the creators of the series would do Unicron this early on, like this soon after the finale. You know, it's like because I think that the more logical way the story would play out to me is it would be more about the cyber. It would more be about the Autobots trying to reestablish order and control and peace on Cybertron after Prime left and all that. I think that would make for a more interesting story, to be honest, as well. So, okay, I found a version of mine. It's what Katie did, a clip of it. Japanese comics guy, DCC went off on their lies about Japan. He brought receipts. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So basically, so obviously, if you've seen the Transformers Prime finale, you know that the way it ended was they trapped Unicron's spark inside the All Spark, and that's what kind of kept him from re-emerging again. And so now obviously Prime sacrificed himself, and then it ends with Megatron kind of going into self-exile. He kind of just gave up the fight of being a Decepticon leader and all that. And it was a great ending. It was a great ending for the series because it really played into a lot of the themes the series had over the course of and not too long. And then it's like in the whole show, but in the fan film, the Galvatron's Revenge fan film, they bring back Megatron and Prime like really early on. Like it's very, very, and it's really, really dumb the way they come back. Like it's just kind of like, because like it kind of undoes a lot of character arcs, especially for Megatron. Like he just goes back to being a Decepticon all over again. Like you just hide out in a dead world, which wasn't a bad idea. Like there's a lot of good ideas here. It's just like the way they're presented, the way they're handled is not very, very good. Yeah, Unicron is the final boss, even both Quintessons. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like see, that would be more of an interesting story, right? If for Transformers Prime, is if they in season 4 they did the Quintessons instead and brought in more, and also the Predacons, like have the Predaking become the main villain of that series for a bit more, and then bring in more characters like the Dinobots would be cool. Seeing some more old G1 faces would be kind of cool, like Ironhide, Jazz. Prowl would be cool. You'll laugh, but also there's good info on Japan in this video. Yeah. I liked it. And didn't like that ending too with Unicron, but also yeah, because it was I felt like it was a good ending, like the Transformers Prime, Predacons Rising. So I like it because it's like it was a more interesting when they beat Unicron was they didn't just like overpower him or anything like that. It was like they outsmarted him, like they kind of tricked him. I thought it was a more interesting sort of ending, but yeah. I mean, I kind of understand why they used Unicron in season 1. And it did work for the overall storyline of season 1 and all that. So I didn't really have an issue with him being the first villain. But it would be cool if, like, in like the future of the Transformers Prime universe, like Unicron like did kind of come back in a more powerful state, at some point, like in like the future of like season 4 or 5, whatever. Like if I was to imagine like what a season 4, 5, 6 would look like for Transformers Prime, like I'd see him as like the very final boss of like kind of, this is run 3 with Unicron. It's gonna be like the most you know, devastating. Like this is gonna be the Ivan Drago versus Rocky Balboa fight, you know, for Transformers Prime. It's gonna be a big one. You know, this is gonna be the big fight, you know, big ending fight, you know. It kind of wraps up that whole arc with the Unicron and all that, and starts with Unicron, ends with Unicron, that sort of thing. But the problem with the Prime animations thing is that they bring in Unicron's storyline a little bit too early, I think. Like, just a not really very well thought out animation, and there's a lot of like weird like things in it. You know, they very hypersexualize RC a bit, which I'm like because they have Hot Rod and Springer in the animation, and like Hot Rod's just like kind of flirting with her 24/7, like nothing but like it's just really awkward and weird. Like not to come off as a prude or whatever, but it's just like I don't know, it's just kind of the way they did it was what kind of made it weird. I'll just put it that way, you know. There's a lot of like kind of dumb. I don't know. It really just felt like the guy didn't know how to tell a story properly. Like, but the thing with that, the guy Watcher Prime, his like sounding Megatron thing, like that's the sort of thing that this guy should have done more of. Just do instead of like doing it, because I think the problem was that he was doing too much. Like he's doing an hour-long movie, you know, where it's like, you know, he'd probably be better off just doing a little 25 minutes short, like just do like because like they had the Combaticons and in the film, and so yeah, I know it's not RC, it's more like Chromia. Yeah, it's kind of a mix between Chromia and Elita 1 actually. But no, so they have, but it's like, but I think Prime Animations, like I was saying, I think they would have had a better. I think it would have done them better to just do like a really short animation, more so like something that's a bit more simple, because they had the Combaticons in it as well, and so it's like, why don't you just do a story about them? Like kind of have like a story kind of elsewhere, away from Earth and Cybertron, with some other Autobot like refugees and all that. And they're just fighting the Combaticons. They're trying to get back to Cybertron, you know, after, you know, everything that's happened and all that. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like the storyline for that, or the way he did things, kind of would have been better if he approached it a little bit differently. So he's kind of like riding off the coattails of the whole sort of series, but yeah. But I think that Robot in Disguise actually did the thing with Prime coming back a bit better, because it made more sense, like because you had him, and it was more interesting because you had him like kind of in a ghost, like almost like a Force ghost like state, almost like with Prime. And it's actually kind of cool. It's actually kind of cool because it's like you got to explore like a little bit of the mythos of the Primes a little bit. You know, where he's like kind of in the Prime's like ethereal world or whatever. Like it's kind of just really like I don't know how to explain, like kind of like the Force or whatever, you know, that sort of thing. And then they like then all the 13 Primes, they kind of gave Prime a portion of their powers, and that's what allowed him to come back to Earth more in a solidified state and all that. Like, I thought that made for a more interesting story than what we. Because in the Prime animations, the way he comes back is like Ratchet just goes to the Cybertron's core and just asks Primus nicely to bring back Optimus. Like, hey, can you bring back Optimus Prime, please? He's like, oh, okay. It's like it just didn't. It just kind of killed like the markers, like the impact of Prime's like sacrifice in the end of series. You know, it's like, is that easy to bring him back? Really? It's like that was a good ending for Prime. If you are gonna kill off Prime, like that's how you do it, you know. Have him sacrifice himself for all of Cybertron, you know, birth a new generation, so to speak, of Transformers by giving the Allspark and the Matrix back to the core and all that. That was a good ending, like for his character. You know, it was, you know. And you can obviously you could bring him back in a way that doesn't, you know, take away from that. But it's just the way you do it has to kind of make sense a bit more in the story and all that. And that's that. If you are going to bring him back, I think that there should be like say hypothetically, if I was to do a Transformers Prime sequel, I'd probably save bringing Prime back for a little bit later on, like because I think that because the problem with the Prime Animations one is that it makes the other Autobots seem incompetent without Optimus Prime. And that's the issue, because in the original G1 cartoon, like the Autobots were like, it's like the Autobots were extremely competent, you know, like they couldn't fight a battle without Optimus Prime being there. Like you saw that in the 86 movie, they were holding their own against Megatron and Decepticons, you know, Dr. Magnus kind of leading charge. Like they were holding their own until, you know, for a very long time with the Megatron in that movie, you know, like they weren't incompetent fools. And it's like in this movie, like the Autobots is like nothing to like Galvatron and all them. Like they had to get help from Bruticus in order to fight them, you know. Like it wasn't until like Prime and Megatron showed up where, you know, tide actually changed with the fight with the Galvatron and all them in that animation. I was just like, this is just so boring. Like make the characters incompetent. Like don't make them incompetent fools. Like they were never competent, and in the Prime cartoon they weren't incompetent either without Prime. You know, they could hold their own as well. You know, for the most part. But yeah, so like if I was to bring them back, I would kind of do more of that, where it's like you focus more on Prime and or focus on more of the other Autobots, have them grow as characters, you know. Or that was Kirschman was involved with Prime, and he made some troublesome decisions there, and this guy may have tapped into Kurtzman more than Robert or see story threads, yeah. Well, instead of Kurtzman, well, yeah. I mean, I think they did a good job for Transformers Prime, so I would have changed a few things here and there, but I thought they did all right, you know, for the show anyways, like what they're going for. Certainly a lot better than what they did for Michael Bay, because you know, or for Star Trek for that matter. But yeah, I just have a lot of problems with that animation. I haven't really talked about it too much on the channel here, so I'll just kind of think about it because I saw the Watcher Prime animation. It's kind of been on my mind all day. Just kind of think about it. Yeah, it's like if Prime animations followed this sort of idea of just like doing little animated shorts instead of doing a whole film. Like start small and work your way bigger. You know, I think that's kind of like the best option to kind of go for when it comes to doing these sorts of things. You know, like get your foot in the water, figure things out, and then expand once you have the ability to do so. You know, and I think that's kind of the best way to kind of approach like most things, really. Yeah. Okay, you have to kind of see the Galvatron's Revenge fan film to understand what I mean, Grumpy. It's kind of bad. Yeah. A lot of the animation just seems a little unfinished. Like there's a lot of there's some things that look good, and then there's a lot of things that don't look good. Like it's kind of like it really felt like it was trying to get this out as soon as possible rather than actually making it look as good as possible, you know. But yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I do kind of agree that Lita or RC and Prime actually does kind of have that Lita One Chromia sort of vibe to her. Like, yeah, kind of is a mix between those two, and a little bit of G1 RC, but mostly, yeah, it's very Chromia and Lita One inspired character. Prime or Cliff Jumper dead off Cliff, RC not being RC, and something instead of Achelons. Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind Prime's design in that show. I would have preferred him having the grill. Obviously, it's one thing I kind of. I think if they give him the grill on the chest, I think that would have probably made things look a little bit better for him. But I don't hate it. It's looks like a more improved version of the movie design. That's what it kind of feel like to me. And yeah, I would have liked to see Cliff Jumper more in the show. He was very, very likable too. But obviously they had The Rock playing him, and I don't think you can have Rock in a full-on TV show with his salary. It's probably way too expensive for them to do for a whole series. But so he was actually very, very likable as Cliff Jumper. I actually liked his voice for him. He's a very, very fun sort of character. Even though he's a bit more of a trigger happy character in the cartoon. I felt like the personality they gave him in the cartoon was okay. Like, it wasn't a horrible version of the character. But I agree. I would have liked to see a more G1 accurate design, but all right. Well, let's try and spice them up a bit. I think the yellows are pretty much done right now. Just do it quick once over. Here's the Y11. Just kind of tidy them up. And I'll move on to the blacks on him. Probably the next thing we do, and we'll do all the extra little details. No, we'll do the orange. We'll do the oranges because that's going to be, do the orange and reds and that, because we're already kind of working the same sort of color family right now. So that we're not just jumping around different colors here. Just want to just tidy them up a bit more, and we'll move on to different shades here. Obviously, the inks are kind of a little bit unfinished, and that's on purpose because I like to kind of get the colors in on top of the light inks, and then because obviously I'm going to be, because eventually at the end of it I do go back and touch up the inks anyway, so I might as well just kind of keep them loose here, light, as light as possible, obviously. And yeah, you're right. I need to watch the fan film. Was it worse than? Oh no, Transformers 1 is definitely a better movie. I'll say that Transformers 1 is much better than the Prime animation. It just, yeah. I mean, you're probably not going to like Alita 1 in the film, because the thing is, like, even though I don't like certain things about Transformers 1, it's still a good story and a well told story, and has good character development and all that. It's just for the franchise, just at large, just wasn't really my cup of tea, because some of the things they did in the film with certain characters, but what they were going for, it was a well told story. It was well told for what it was. And the problem with Prime Animations, it wasn't good at all. So it's like, it wasn't good for what they were going for, and wasn't good at being good for the franchise, or good for Transformers Prime in particular, So yeah, I would definitely recommend Transformers 1 over Prime Animations any day. Which, to be fair, isn't necessarily all that fair because it is a live action film with a bigger budget, but yeah. And while, it's like, I think it's unfair to kind of criticize animation wise, I think that we can always, no matter who tells the story, we can always criticize it. It doesn't matter how big you are. If you don't know how to tell a story, you don't know how to tell a story. Like, it's that simple. If your story doesn't reign, and if your story can't, override the horrible or the lackluster animation, then yeah. And an attempt, but oof, still I can't do it. Yeah. Oh, we should do like, see, I would have loved to do like one of those streams where they do a whole reaction to it. But yeah. Actually, that'd probably make for a very fun sort of thing, but it's kind of been played out by now because it's been out for a little while now, like a few months now, and so I think the novelty kind of wore off. But yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, it gets to the point where it's like when they introduced Galvatron and all them, but they use freaking photo pictures of the characters, and then they have them. It's like a little bio card or whatever fucking thing that's going on with it. Yeah. I have so many questions. I was like, you really kept this? It's like, I thought, because the thing is, like, he used to actually, the guy making it, he would actually show like the scenes from the film. Like, he'd kind of post the rough sort of animation. I was like, oh, okay, so he just has like these little PNG file pictures like on screen doing their thing. I was like, okay, well, maybe he's just kind of like waiting to do like a special animation for them. It's like, no, he just kept that shit in the film. It's like, oh, okay, that's how we're rolling. Yeah, apparently, but but yeah, I'll just to this, there's a lot of better fan films out there. Actually, the one I really love the most actually is from Dr. Smooth. So I can find him. Transformers Dawn of War. It's that one that's made by the Energonos guy. G1 inspired, very, very G1 sort of, well, G1 everything, really. But yeah, it's a really, really good animation that they're doing. So if I can find the recent one they posted. Yeah, this one. Because the way they're kind of doing is they kind of release. What they'll do is they'll release one scene, and then they'll for the next part, like, so, like, say you do the first scene, they'll just re-release the whole film with the added scene. So like it'll be like you'll just kind of transition over to it instead of it being like an episode. Instead of it being episodic, it's just kind of like a movie that they're kind of working on, like scene by scene, and it's really, really cool the way they're doing it. And I'll post it up real quick here. And hey, Admiral Teague, good to see you, man. Yeah, they just posted a new scene actually for it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's really, really good. It's going to be kind of like an origin story for Prime and Megatron, I guess. And it's very, very G1. It goes back to the old days, the original War Dawn storyline for how Prime and Megatron met. It's really, really cool stuff they're doing. Yeah, that's how you do a fan film, right? And not just that, they also have some old actors actually in the animation, because Dr. Smooth actually has connections to some people, I think, because he has connections with Stan Bush, and he also has connections with a few actors, and that's Dan Gilvison, the original voice of Bumblebee, as well as Paul Eiding, who is the voice of Perceptor, and he has them kind of return to their roles in this animation as well. So It's really, really cool that he's able to actually do that. But yeah, that's like the animation I really love. That's the probably one of my favorite fan films to date for Transformers, to be honest. Like, he does a lot of really good stuff. Now, he probably has a bigger budget than a lot of these other people, but you know, it's just like, yeah. Just good stuff. And then also their energy on those stuff is just like fucking hilarious. Like the little short they used to do was always fucking fun. And honestly, it's just like really good to see kind of like the old sort of cast again, you know, like in 3D animation, obviously, and they all have the same personalities, you know, like it's like nothing's changed, you know, it's like you're walking right back into G1, you know, like that's probably the best thing about the whole animation there. So you have the original human cast there with Chip, Spikes, and Carly. Yeah, just a lot of fun. Good stuff. This is a good example of when fans actually do it better, you know. Let's add a little bit harsher shadows here, and then we'll kind of move on to the orange bits. Let's bring a warm gray 7. Just kind of get that going. Oh, why is my camera off? There we go. There we go. Now he's starting to pop out a bit more. Yeah, I actually kind of like the way they're kind of releasing each new part of the Dawn of War sort of animation, because it's like you don't have to go back and watch all the other parts again. They just kind of play the whole thing with the added scene. That's kind of how it works. Kind of like you'll have like say if you have like scenes 1, 2, and 3. What he'll do is he'll take that whole film right there, and he'll just kind of add the 4th part on top of it, and then he'll kind of just make that whole new video entirely, and then it'll just kind of pick up right. And so you just have to watch, and so you don't have to go back and forth in different YouTube videos. You'll just kind of like pick you up where you left off. You know, it's kind of a cool thing he's doing there. But yeah, I really love like what fans really like, you know, kick some ass when it comes to these little projects here. Seems much better assembled than the Prime fan film, and thing is it needs to look 2D, even though only thing is so Transformers, yeah. I get that. But I think that overall for what they're going for, I think it's really, really solid. Let's get the line head going. Okay. I'm going with one last yellow shade, kind of cap it all off. Okay, yeah, I get that. Yeah, I would have loved to see like an animation like in the style of Transformers Devastation, that game. Or you know what? Get Studio Trigger. Studio Trigger should do a Transformers cartoon. I think that'd be awesome. The guys who made that little animated short, before the anniversary short, that was fucking cool. Where they the big collage of all of Transformers over the years. Like, it's a really, really cool little animation they did. It's a really nice sort of celebration of the franchise, you know. Like that's the team. That's the team that should do a Transformers cartoon to me. Like if Hasbro was smart, they'd be going, "This is the way we go. Let's do a Transformers show. Takes place in between season 4 or season 2 and the movie. Let's go." Or just do a whole new show, but just have it all just G1, back to the basics of G1 style. Like that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I think that's it for RAZORCLAW, at least the yellows. So do the orange eyes, and then we'll do the orange on the main. And what else needs to be orange? Just making sure I get everything. That should be everything. Just do the main, the eyes, and we'll move on to the sword, and then the mouth plate. Then part of the feet and stuff like that. We'll end it off with the grays and the blacks. One of the legs there, and the torso, arms. That's some orange. Do need to get some more orange colors here. And really shifting focus to video games. Get away from toys. They are. Yeah, I heard about that too. They're kind of. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's so much that they're moving away from toys entirely. It's just they're not focusing on it as much, you know, as games. Ooh, shit! What the fuck's that? Jesus! Hold on. Shit! Not big deal. Fucking oozing out. So refilled it wrong. Too much. Oh well. Easy fix later. Let's use a Posca or something. On. Got some ink on my hand. Let's just get all that stuff out before we fuck it up. Okay. There we go. All good. And a little bit of a reddish orange color. So I think it's the salmon red. All right. And I'll just do a little bit of the yellow, the middle. All right, I'll try to see if I can fix up the sharp real quick. All good. No worries. Easy fix. Do you like the eyes though? Check. Like the little effect I'm doing with that. Just gonna grab a darker shade in just a minute. Just gonna use this guy in here. All right. Moving on. Check into red. Just for the edges. Almost like a fires in his eyes, you know? The yellow, the red, and the orange. YR16. Hopefully it doesn't explode again. What was that one? It was a note too. Too much. Yeah, so we don't settle for a minute. Yeah, be careful when you refill your markers because you don't want to get a big puddle going like this. Yeah. Luckily, we'll be going over that anyways later on with a red. Which we'll do it right now. Let's get that over with. We'll come back to it. Let's do the oranges real quick. Just kind of map it out first and foremost. Let's do orange for the eyes as well. On the lion there. YR16. I'll come in with some yellow, just kind of give it a bit more of a pop here. But make figures with guns and is dropping McFarlane next year. Oh, really? Yeah, that sucks. Heard he's doing good stuff though with DC. Their figures, anyways. It sucks. But you know what? We'll stop the cut. That's why we have third-party companies. Because if Hasbro or DC or Marvel or any of the companies don't want to do it, then guess what? Someone else will. They'll probably do it better. But have a look at this channel. Stop motion. Ooh, I love stop motion stuff, so I'll have to star that. Yeah. I might have seen stop motion Transformers transforming. I'll have to see that. Put some yellow in the middle of like sort of the main here almost. Kind of get a bit of a spark here. Okay, get some more shades going in just a minute. We'll do some shadows here. Choose my 1 grade 5. A little shadow behind the lion head. Yeah, that video is the Combaticons combining that, and that's fun to watch. Ooh, nice. TIDD is very, Todd's very stylized, yeah. I mean, Todd would probably be smart if he went and got one of these third-party companies that makes some Transformers or some DC stuff, you know. If he really wanted to. Or Spawn, do Spawn stuff, you know, elsewhere. Time is it? 5:07. Oh shit! Up for 2 hours now. Shit. So yeah, I originally wanted this to be like an hour-long stream, just in the inks, but I was just like, I got the inks done in 40 minutes. So I was like, we could probably do a little bit more. Didn't realize I was going to go for another 2 hours. But that's okay. I'm okay with going a little bit extra. But yeah, speaking of toys, actually, this is okay. You're sending me so much stuff to watch after the stream. Yeah, I'll start that. Since you did before, that looks like probably really modernized G1 transfer. Yeah. Just organize third-party guys under McFarlane Toys and put out. Yeah, that too. I mean, yeah, I'd be okay with that actually. Actually, they probably make better stuff, honestly, because quality of Transformer toys are kind of not as good as they used to be. It kind of seems that way, anyways. Yeah, I gotta touch up the helmet here. I'll probably use some Poshkos to do that. Just these edges here. yeah, speaking of toys and third party, I actually got a few things on the way, actually. Obviously, still got my Streetwise on the way, which apparently there's like some sort of delay happening with it. I think it's getting sent back to the seller for whatever reason. So, not sure what the deal was there. There might just be some sort of error involved. Either that or the universe just does not want me to have a Streetwise, you know. It's like, can I get a Streetwise for once? It's like, tired of getting nothing, that motherfucker. But yeah, I have him on the way. I also have the long haul from X Transbots on the way. And I finally got Silverbolt fully paid off from Fans Toys, so just waiting on them to get sent out. Yeah, I'm officially only going backwards or third party for TG Toys. I got the Elita 1 Bumblebee and RC for that last show, and they sucks. Yeah. All right. Just tidying that up a bit there. But really interesting to see what we will see at TFCon this I think weekend. This weekend is TFCon in LA. Just see if there's any really cool reveals, any cool teasers for new stuff. I'm praying for season 3 stuff because I'm sick of seeing season 1 and 2 characters. like I'll be so annoyed if we get another Constructicon reveal or something from a different company. I mean, like obviously if MC or X Transbot shows theirs, but I just want to see something new. I want to see some season 3 combiners and characters and all that. Get some love. I got my whole shelving unit redone just for that purpose. So yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll just do the reds now. Do the mouth plate, and we'll do the sword. I think we'll do like a darker red almost for the mouth plate, just kind of make it a little bit different from everything else with all the bright colors here. We'll kind of just go like this. Yeah. Should be okay. And we'll do this guy. bit of crimson red. They're all scared, so they keep repeating the ones I sold before. It's very obnoxious. Yeah. This is like, let's just take some chances, you know. Like people, like the most exciting thing at TFCon last year was Broadside and the Technobots for me personally. Like, because like how many times can you do a Prime or an Ironhide or a Constructicon before like it's boring? You know, it's like no, do a Sandstorm, do an Octane, do Predacons, do Terracons, do Seacons. Like that'd be cool. Like people are, like, I don't know. But I think it's a lot of it's kind of fans always trying to compete with other companies and trying to knock out the competition. Really, that's what it kind of seems like. Anyways, but I just feel like they kind of fare better if they just did like instead of doing their Constructicons, I think they'd be better off doing like a set of Terracons or something like that, or Predacons or something different. You know. Yeah, I know. It's been so long since we got Terracon Technobots actually. You know, and Keith isn't at, and X Transmods, they're not going to be doing any season 3 combiners for a little while, because well, Comic Relief, anyways, he's like kind of in touch with Keith over at X Transmods, and he's basically said that Keith just wants to finish off season 1 and 2 combiners. So after Defensor and Devastator, the next ones are going to be Superion and Bruticus, and then hopefully maybe they'll do season 3 combiners. So right now we're kind of out of luck with X Transbots for combiners at the moment, at least for season 3 characters. So right now Bingo Toys is going to be the only option really with Technobots coming out from them. So I will be getting because I have no idea what's coming out these days. So I'm just getting what I can and then go from there. All right. Should do like kind of a almost like a pinkish red, just a little bit. Just add a little bit extra vibrance to the red here. Like pink and orange are really good colors for like kind of adding a little bit extra like depth to the reds of something you're drawing. Kind of found that out. All right. And okay. All right. I had an R27. But I would actually like to see MMC come out with their Ram Horn. That's what I really want to see from them. Because they have their steel. Because that'll just be one last thing to kind of complete a set. You know, because they almost have all of Blaster's cassette tapes except for him. Because they have Steeljaw out there, which I still need to get. But I do have Eject and Rewind. I almost said Reject. Eject and Rewind. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Those bigger cassette tapes, you know. that I really, really dig because I really love the MMC tapes the most because they just have more presence on the shelf. Like that Rumble and Frenzy and Ravage on my shelf on the Decepticon shelf, they just pop out more because they're a lot bigger, a bit more, you know, pronounced on the shelf. Even if they are supposed to be a bit smaller, I think they have just a bit more presence on the shelf. It's ultimately what kind of matters the most, I think, sometimes. So, but yeah, you know what? That's good. Okay, with the sword, sort of pink for a base. Hey, and I think 46 would be good here. I think the next one I'm going to be getting actually is going to probably be that blades from Master My Creations because I think it's supposed to be coming out this month at some point. So, and I'm still waiting for X Transmut to send out their first aid because I guess mine's going to be part of the second batch from Shozy Store. I think they just kind of ran out of stock, or Transbots did, because you know it's a Chinese New Year last month. So I think the way it works is like I think it takes a while for some of the factories to get back to rolling again. So that's probably what it is. It's taking so long. But it would be nice to get my little ambulance, little arm, or a defense sword coming anytime soon now. Hoping to get the defense sword finished up. I really hope they do manage to finish off a defense sword this year. That'll be nice. All right. I think that's it for the reds. Oh, wait, nope. We got to do the legs and yeah, the feet and all that. Let's see, 5 o'clock. Time. I think we'll go for another 40 minutes. How about that? We'll go to the 3-hour mark. Then we'll call it a wrap. Just like I got dinner ready. Dinner going. Gonna be cooking a steak tonight. So which the last one I actually made was pretty good, actually. I made one last weekend. Yeah, just kind of mapping out where all the red parts are going to go. Just the feet and this red bit here, and that's about it. Okay. Don't like them. I need a Voyager RC with the Headmaster Daniel. Yeah. That would be kind of cool, actually. Headmaster RC. Yeah. See, the X-Transbots, because the X-Transbots is really crazy when it comes to their accessories. So that'd be a really cool accessory to have, where if they ever did come out with their own RC one day, they could have a swap out head that actually became a Headmaster or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. Have a couple with Daniel. Like, that's what they need to do more. They need to actually include some human characters more. I think that'd be kind of cool with their stuff, you know. Just add a little extra accent to the figure and all that. You know, it's a nice little touch, nice little bonus. Okay, let's grab a 5. Get these feet going. Probably not gonna do any touch-ups today. I think the last thing, actually, we might be able to finish off real quick, but I think we're just gonna do the Copics, and then tomorrow I'll probably, or maybe later tonight, if I can get around to it, do my touch-ups for Predicate or RAZORCLAW here. So my throat's just killing me. Hold on, grab a swig of water real quick. Yeah, I'll go for another 40 minutes, I think. I'll wrap it up. Luckily, I just need to do blacks, though, and grays. So hopefully that won't take too long. But we'll see. Don't want to rush it either. So. Actually, one thing I could do with the stickers, I could actually probably do a thing where I can sell the original art. Maybe. Yeah, I can see myself doing that. It's an extra like little bonus on the Etsy shop. Sorry, I'm just like thinking out loud. Just thinking about my stuff here. I've been thinking about all the sticker stuff for the past couple of weeks now. How I can approach it and all that. But I might be better off doing that on eBay though. We'll see. We'll see. Let's just focus on getting the stickers going. We'll worry about the original art afterwards. But yeah, I think that once I get these guys done, hey, Diamond, I think I'll be doing the regular die cut stickers for these ones, like, and see how they turn out. And then if I like them, I'll probably do the Dinobots, redo the Dinobots in this sort of way as well. So do it. They're on eBay, or you go on nerdcrawler.com, which is specifically for auctioning OGR. Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up. Hold on. Write that down. Nerdcrawler.com. Okay. All right. Got my work cut out for me tonight. I lost it to look up now. Okay. Let's do this guy. We should probably wrap up the reds here. This should be good enough. So add a little bit of vibrance to the reds here. Okay. I think the bright color's done. Now we can just do the blacks now. So kind of put my markers away. And we'll go from there. Going cool with mom that we had tonight. Oh, that's good. Yeah. All right, later, Deadman. Appreciate you coming by. I know you're going through some stuff there. So hope everything goes well for you. I'll try to pull this stuff away in a timely manner. Let's do it in there. I want to see what's up using this here for a little bit. Now we gotta do a little reference to use cool grays for the grays here. So. Okay, so there's Decepticon symbol, blacks, everywhere else. Okay. Or cool grays, and we'll grab black here. All right. And we'll do some of these violet grays. Just for a little added extra flair to them. It's kind of like how I did the Grimlock. All right. Okay. Well, specialty cover artist sells their OGs on there. That's how I found the site. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Because it would be nice to kind of sell off all my, because I have a lot of stuff I can sell off, really. Yeah. So, and not just the stickers, the sticker art here, but also the other stuff I've done on streams here on the channel here. So, yeah. Their boys' fingers. Just trying to map everything out. Do a BB29. Slightly darker shade. Yeah, I started using like a purplish sort of gray for my blacks. Just kind of adds a bit more of a, I don't know, it kind of adds a bit more depth to the blacks. Makes it a little more interesting to look at. Do the same thing with my Dinobots, and yeah, it seemed to turn out pretty good. So. Actually, speaking of Dinobots, I got to show off something real quick. For those who haven't been following my Twitter, I did a little chibi Dinobot Grimlock in the dinosaur mode. Show off real quick. Just, at the end of the show, we'll probably shut it off. Okay. Oh, you know what? This bit's supposed to be black. Yeah. It's a little minor detail there. Let's do some blacks. Just kind of tidy it up, and then we'll use some cool grays to kind of take care of the highlights and all that. I think once we do the blacks, we'll be done for the night. And just a little purple on the symbol there. Do that. It's going a lot longer than I wanted to today, but I'm glad I did because I got a lot done today, so it's all good. Just, I was a little tired. Like it's been really tired lately. It's like I need to start catching up on sleep more. Go to bed earlier than I normally do. So I usually go to bed like freaking 12 in the morning. I shouldn't, but yeah, handle business. Exactly. What we do here. It's all about the business. Business. Yeah. I guess we'll just do this more for next week. Next week's stream. Probably do Rampage or something next. The rest of the combat, the Predacons rolling. C7, just kind of bring it all home. Try to separate the blacks here at the hand. That way there's kind of a more indication of the wrist there. Yeah. That way it doesn't get too lost. That way you can kind of tell the different parts of the body apart from each other. Ooh, this guy's getting a little low. Okay, that's about it. Clean up with a 5. Okay. I say nothing. Videos you shared. Let me put the others back down here. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy's awesome. The A7 render. Yeah. Yeah, that starting one was fucking awesome. Yeah, that RC one was cool. Cool references there. Like that guy should also be like people like that. People like that. Dr. Smooth and Studio Trigger. Those are the people you should be really looking at for Transformers animation. That's what Hasbro should be doing. Like get those guys involved. You know, get Dr. Smooth writing it. You know, and then get the other two guys to animate it, and boom, you got something cool there. I think those three entities combined can make something really fucking awesome. Oh yeah, I'm sure I'll probably find the Rippaverse stuff, the Kitty did videos. I love watching those. Actually, I prefer watching Ethan's reaction to them. Those are the funniest ones. So I'll probably just wait for Trashcast to see them. It's just funny that way, I think. All right. Well, it already did, but that is a video that is as funny as it is informative. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, if you get Dr. Smooth writing it because he knows his G1 more, like, and he actually has said in like some of the, we did the premiere, he kind of was talking back and forth with some of the fans in the chat. He was just like, no, we're not doing anything with Central Prime. We're not doing anything with like the IDW stuff. It's like, we're just going straight up G1 with the origin story. I was like, that's cool. Like very few people are actually doing the original G1 origin story for the characters anymore. You know? Yeah, because as much as I love the G1, the Prime version of the story, there's something more impactful about the original um, story, where it's just like kind of a by chance sort of encounter, you know. I'll darken out some areas here. And you know, I think I'll do a dark red, sort of highlight almost. Yeah, I like that. Just add a bit more flair to them. Too far there. Yeah, I like that. Just go all the way with it. Yeah, I like the red sort of highlight. Deal going on here. Yeah, kind of giving that primal sort of vibe, you know. I think that's gonna be the title for the book. I haven't really found out a title for the Transformers book and or the band comic I'm doing. I think Transformers Primal. Like, that might be a good episode name, or like a name for it. Like, it's meant to be kind of like an episode, almost like a kind of a lost episode of G1. But yeah, I think that would be it. Trademark. Anyone uses that? I'm mad. Not to be confused with Optimus Primal, but just like in general, it's like Dinobots and Predacons. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And we kind of also harken back to the Call the Primitives episode as well. You know, just a little bit of that title. We are getting close to the holy shit, 3 hour mark already. Damn. After this color, we'll kind of call it a wrap. I'm going to do the symbol real quick. And we'll get a, oh, here's a battleship transformer. Ooh, nice. Yeah. All right, you're sending me a million things to check out, Grumpy. I'll start that. That's okay. I'm okay. That symbol going. I'll call it a red. Yeah, I kind of lost the plot there. Oh. Here, see if I can fix it real quick. A little too dark for the symbol. Probably fix it with the Poshka though. Yeah, we'll leave it for now. But yeah, I think it's gonna do it for me for RAZORCLAW here. Just need to go back. I'll probably do some extra work on the shading here on the arms and all that. But I do like the red sort of tint. I'm trying to get a better view of that. I think it kind of works a lot better for him. Yeah, just make him pop out a bit more, yeah, make him more cool looking. Just gotta go back in and touch up the blacks. I think we'll have a banger. So yeah, and oh, better sign it. Let's grab a red pen. And we'll go about here. There we go. And there's our RAZORCLAW, ready to be turned into a sticker. And other things. We could probably do other things with these guys. Yeah, the digital files from all. And just for shit. Oh, I gotta show that one thing off real quick. So they get the colors pretty much done. We're still working on touching it up a little bit, but here's our little baby Grimlock, our chibi Grimlock. So, so I'm actually kind of thinking about doing like a magnet for this one. I think that'd be really cool to have on your fridge, you know, like a little baby Grimlock. Just eating a little. Because it makes sense because he's like eating some Energon cubes for breakfast, you know, like this little thing. It's kind of a reference to Energon O's from Not Just Move when we did that stuff. Oh, I thought a lot of fun. Those like little shorts. So it's like, you know, let's kind of bring that back a little bit here. Have a Grimlock snacking away on some little cubes here. So yeah, I might do the other Dinobots. We'll see. Maybe the same sort of idea with like the same, like they're all trying to eat breakfast or whatever, trying to eat cubes and stuff like that. Might be a fun little theme for them, but yeah, that's gonna be it for me, I think. And I did last week. I got all of the other Predacons transferred to blending cards. So I'll kind of show them off real quick. I showed off Predaking earlier, but here he is. I did actually kind of blow him up to. Actually, no, I think I did the inks for these, and I did the transfers off air. I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think that's what happened with these guys. But yeah, here's Predaking. Kind of upscaled him a little bit because he was a little bit too, because the foot got lost and the wings weren't as prominent. So I'll probably actually make them a little bit longer actually the more I'm looking at this guy. But and then we got Headstrong, do a little dashing pose or something like that. Then we got upside down. We got Dive Bomb, who's kind of the answer to Swoop. He's the eagle. Then we got Tantrum, who I fixed up because I made the gun come back into the frame because it was kind of off frame in the original piece. And then we have Rampage, looking to rumble. So yeah, that's what I've got going on so far. So got RAZORCLAW done, so it's just gonna be a matter of getting the other 5 done from there. And the Predaking one, the sticker will actually be a lot bigger than the individual bots. Just kind of add a little bit extra sort of flair to the team. Kind of have a bit of variety there. So, but holy crap! I got so much for me to watch, dude. Yeah, this little guy, right? Sticker ready. Yeah, I'll start all those things there. But yeah, he is. He's ready to go. Almost. I still got to do my touch-ups and stuff like that. But yeah, look forward to that. So I'll grab the other Dinobot stickers. So Sludge, Slag, Muck, and Snarl. So there's the whole team. They're shiny. Holy crap! It's a big rainbow. Yeah, very, very shiny little guys here. So I just probably put them away before I damage them. Because meant to be sold. So but yeah, it's really, really cool stickers here. Yeah. Hopefully you guys like them. I'll be posting them up on my Etsy shop probably next week. Just a matter of time. Just a matter of how long my new credit card comes in, because I need that in order to get my Etsy shop going. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. I'm a little bit tired. So Wheelers tried to cancel Bosch. Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff to probably watch right now, so I'll be sure to look out for that, Grumpy. But yeah. On that note, I think I'm gonna call it a wrap here, guys. I'm getting really tired. So next weekend we'll probably do one of the other Predacons here. Maybe 2. We'll try doing 2 of them. We'll see. Depending on how I'm feeling that day. So, but on that note, I'm just gonna go get dinner ready. Go close out for this. Oh, and we got Dream Tabitha. How's it going? We're kind of closing out right now. In case you didn't see, actually, Tabitha, we're actually doing stickers now. Pull them out real quick. So there's my Dinobots. So we got Grimlock. He's not focusing. There he is. So just want to show them off real quick. We got Snarl. We got Sludge. We got Slag. Not the term used in Europe, but the name of the Dinobot. And we got Swoop here. So yeah, we got them going. We just need to wait. Like I said earlier, I need to wait for my new credit card to come in so that I can get my Etsy shop rolling. I can sell these guys off to you. I got 10 of each. However, one of the Grimlocks did come a little bit damaged on the blade there, so I will be selling that particular one for a discount price, which I think is like $2.99. I think I had it placed. But the individual stickers, they're going to be like $6.99 Canadian price. And then I think if you want to buy a full set, it's going to be $25. I think it's $20 or $25, something like that. So not that slag. All right, we're not gonna go there, Grumpy. Any Starscream? No, I just started doing the Dinobots, but we could probably do more characters in the future, though. These are just the first ones I kind of did. Yeah, there's definitely room to do more, though, with these guys, because Transformers is a big cast of characters, so there's a lot of stuff I can do with the style here. So yeah, I think we'll probably do more. So we are doing more with like the Predacons now, and then I did get a request for Devastator and the Constructicons, so that might be the next one I do. But yeah, I think it might be really cool to kind of do the season 1 cast, like a lot of the original Autobots, original Decepticons, get them going as well. So yeah, we're just going to start off with the Dinobots because they were always my favorite Transformers. They're just so cool. So, but yeah, those are my stickers here. So, and they actually came with extra stuff. They actually came with a little coaster, actually. So, little freebie. So it's kind of cool. And they also listed, they had like a few other sticker things, but I kind of put off this side. So, but yeah. So on that note, I was kind of getting out of the way because end it off on our handsome Decepticon over here instead of these guys, because he's the main focus. So on that note, I think next weekend we'll probably do more of the same. We'll work on the other Predacons, get them going. And yeah. And I think that should be it. So before we end it off, just want to say thank you to everybody who showed up. So we had Dreaming Tabitha at the last minute. We have Grumpy Old Ninja, who's a big trooper in all these streams, as always. And let's see here. Ooh, let's see. Dadman showed up. You can see him in. Make sure I get everybody. I saw Admiral Teague. I saw. Well, I acknowledge everybody who shows up, because that's how we roll here in my chats, in my streams. We got Jaluk. We got Maria for a little bit. And I think I saw a Zero, extra Zero. Great to see you, man. And I think that's everybody. Yep. That's everybody. Oh, yeah. Okay. Just making sure. Because, it takes, because you got to acknowledge people who take their time out of the day to, be there for you on your streams. Because they don't have to be here. Nobody has to be here for my stream. So, got to make sure they know that they are welcomed and appreciated. So, on that note, I think I'm going to call it a wrap right here, because I am beat. I go make my steak and then come back later to kind of touch this up, and then I'll see y'all later. So on that note, I'm going to call it a wrap, and let's see. I'm going to end this off on, we want drunk Decepticons. I think we can do some drunk Decepticons. So on that note, I'll see you guys around, and yeah, take care, everybody.
Decepticons, a toast to the imminent destruction of the accursed Autobots.
Boy, these are good.
This stuff's the greatest. Those were the good old days back on Cybertron. Didn't have to sneak around in these ugly Earth disguises. Good old Cybertron, land of the metal moon.
What's the matter, Chip?
I guess I was hoping Devastator might join the Autobots for good, but that's probably just a dumb old dream.
Hang on to your dreams, Chip. The future is built on dreams. Hang on.
The Transformers will return after these messages.